Good morning, engineering and design team. This is going to be your introduction to Genially, which is going to be the app that you are going to use to create your final presentation. It will be in the form of a web page. That's what Genially allows you to do. So when you go to genially.com and you create your new account, you're going to come here. I obviously have a ton of stuff in mind. You do not. You are going to start with Create Genially. And we want to go all the way down here in the lower right-hand corner and choose blank creation. For the web page, I believe we want to take this and make this, let's make this 1500. And as long as this is turned on, you don't have to worry about this number. So 1500 pixels, hit create, wait for a second, and then you will be presented with a blank. Okay, so here's the page. Over here are your list of pages that you will have. And you're going to need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's start with 5. Some of you might want to add more, and that's fine. So I think the best thing to do right away is just simply click this button right here, which allows you to duplicate, and you can build out your 5 pages. Go ahead and change them. So this is going to be homepage. And then for right now, I'm going to change this just to page 1, page 2. You get the idea. You'll see why this is important in a minute. Page 4. All right. So over here on the left is the tab to add all of the various elements that you're going to add to the page here. And then also one thing that you might want to do is start off with deciding on a background color. Do not keep it at white, please. It should be something other than white. So click on the background here, and then down here are some recent colors. And if you're not happy with those recent colors, you can click on the plus sign, and you can see that you have the slider here. I'm going to go with this teal just to give you an example. And then the easiest thing to do right here is to say apply that to all pages. Or if you're paying attention, you could have gone to that very first page before you duplicated, change the background there, and then copy the pages. Either way, now I have my 5 pages total, and I've changed the background color. So on the first page, you of course need a title. And when you click on text, you can see here that when you click on title, I can change the name. I'm just going to put Silk City. You need something other than that. A creative name. Some of you have created some very cool creative names. Some of you need some help on that. And then if you're not happy with the color, if you're not happy with the color or anything like that, this is your edit bar up here. So if you would like it to be, I don't know, green, probably not a good idea, but yeah, no, actually I'm going to keep it. I'm going to actually go with white, and then I'm going to show you a tip here that white, of course, is not readable like this. So if you go up here where it says shadow, then you can add a little bit of a back shadow. Still not happy with that. I'm going to go back and change this to black. And then take the shadow off. Okay, so text is pretty straightforward. That's how you add that there. Then the next thing you have to worry about is navigating around the page. So go to interactive elements, and you have a choice. You can put buttons on your page, or you can put buttons with text. It's up to you, your choice. So we don't need a home page button on this first page, of course. We need to come up with a button that would show either page 1, 2, 3, 4 or a next button. I would say on the first page, you're probably going to want to create some type of way to navigate to all of the other pages in the in your project. So I'm going to click on info. That adds it here to the first page. So thinking back to your Canva design school, thinking about things like alignment, okay? So an info button here in the middle, actually we don't want it to be info, we're gonna type in, get in here. I'm gonna put this as overview. So you should name your pages of your, sometimes it's a little tricky in here with the buttons. I need to highlight this and make the text a little bit smaller so that it'll fit in that box. Although I should be able to get in there. There we go. Sorry, I was flipping around a little bit. When I first clicked on that button, you will notice that the text and the box were grouped, and there was this little button up here that said ungroup. Now that I've ungrouped it, I can get in here and I can actually make this text box bigger, and I can make this text size bigger like that. All right, so here's my, but the problem with that, now I want to regroup them. So I'm going to hit the shift key. Actually, I'm not going to hit the shift key. I'm going to use the use my mouse, and I'm going to drag over it, and I'm going to click group. And now when I move it once, it moves all of them. So you can come up with some type of alignment. Once you create one of the buttons, just copy and paste it, and you can do something like that. Or maybe your page is going to have buttons aligned at the bottom like this. You do have some nice guides on here that will show you how to align them. So now I can move them all, and you can see that little blue line shows me that they're in the middle. So that's for navigation, but right now they don't do anything. So when you click on this button, you'll notice that you have this little finger here. And when you click on it, it asks, okay, what do you want it to do? So I'm going to say, I want it to go to a page, and I want to go to page 1 and hit save. Of course, here I want to change this to maybe services. And I want this to go to page 2, go to page 2. And maybe this is, I don't know, map. Go to page 3. Okay, so of course, now if you, now we have some things here, and we can actually go up here and preview this. So if I click on the little eye, the first time you preview it, you need to name it. And then once you save, you're going to have the ability to preview it. And when I click overview, I go to that page. So I don't have any text there, so I don't have any verification that that's actually the right page, but you can see how it's built right here. So if I want to go back to editing, I can do that. So you need to get some text. You need to add some buttons for navigation. And then lastly, I guess the last thing to get started anyways, is you need to add pictures. So when you, which are your screenshots or your media from your SketchUp file. When you click on image and you click on this button, it will ask you to go out onto your page and find the actual screenshots that you have. I don't have any. I'm just going to choose this picture. When you add it over here, it doesn't actually add it to your page. You have to click on it again. So you can see here, now that it's selected, I can use these handles to make it bigger or smaller. Almost never do you want to grab the side or the top, because that makes it too tall or too narrow. You almost always want to grab one of the corners, and that will keep it in scale. Okay, so I would place that where I want to place it, and then I would add some text, and I'm on my way. So for today's introduction, you understand how to create pages, change the background, add some buttons for navigation, program those buttons for navigation, and how to add pictures. That should be enough to get started. And then what we're going to do is, after today, you're going to get some basic stuff down, and you're going to share it with me as a draft. The way that you do that is you click on the title up here at the top, and you add in my email, and you invite me, and that way I will be able to jump onto your page and give you feedback. That's what you need to get started with for today. I'm filming this on Monday, and so this is Monday's class.